Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and so this session I've decided to make some tags. So I made these little tags and then I made some other hand lettered tags, and then in the middle of the video I got some mail, so then I had to open it up and show it to you. So there's a bunch of little crazy things going on, but it's mainly about making tags. So come on with me and watch me make some tags. Hi there everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals. In the middle of something again. I decided to pull the cards out of the add-on kit that I have. I keep them in a little tray like this. And I took the ones that I thought I might be able to, well, actually I took them all out, I guess. Okay. So I took the small things out like this, like these, and started to put them in the pockets. I wanted to kind of get a preview of like, how much stuff do I have? How much do I need? I got this at a flea market. I think I got 6 of them for $1. Somebody hand crocheted and starched them within an inch of their life. But they're super cute with that little button. And I have a bunch of these cards, and so I've got to figure out what I can do to those because I want to make them special. This goes with this green cloth. So I'm going to do some sort of a background layering with fabric and stuff, I think, to put on that. Make sure I had something tucked in. I did some work on this page because I thought it was a little too much. So I put the hem, tore out some hems and did some vintage photo distress ink on it, a little bit of lace just on the edges of these pockets. And then I started to poke some cards in there. I need some for that one. I went ahead and glued this here, and I put some trim across the top, mainly because I didn't center this card and it had this big strip of ugliness. So put that up there. I found this piece of lace and I thought it'd make a nice belly band, so I was looking for a page to put it on, and I think it would probably go well on that page. This one, I poked like 3 of these little small things in this little. I've got a bunch of this cotton fabric in different colors, and so I was just taking a piece of an index card to kind of be a background, just to give it a little shape. And then I had this fabric, so I tore it and frayed the edges, and then I took a piece of this eyelet trim, and so I think I'm gonna use it like that and let it stick out a little bit past the edge. Maybe some ribbon. I pulled some other things out. I had some pockets that I had tucked away that I'd made with a hem and just some decoupage. I got out my ribbon sliders, which, in case you don't know, that's a separate, I have a couple of kits of those. And it's got places where you cut slits and you feed a ribbon through it. And so I thought that one would go with this kit. So just kind of I pulled some of these extra side pockets out. So I'm just kind of playing. I had a tag, just a random tag that I had. And then I made a bunch of these. I think I did a video on it. Sure I did. And it's this little folded thing that you put, it says believing for, and you can write what you're praying for. And then praise report, and it folds up and is something to put in. So I thought I would put one of those in. And what else have I got? Oh, I've got I've got one of these. So I made a bunch of these a while back, and they just have little cards to be written on. So I thought I might put those in. And just some, I had a card from a project we did a while back. And it says, Lord, help me really listen to those around me today. Help me to hear what each heart is saying beyond the words. So it's about listening to people. And that would help with praying for people if you're really listening to them. So I'm going to keep working, and I'll just edit out the boring parts, the slow parts. So I was looking for this ribbon. Kind of had it in my mind, and I think it will work. I don't want that piece. It's the part that was glued to the cardboard. I just thought this might be able to use it like that. I'm looking at this because I noticed that the glue came through on this, and so I'm kind of looking for something to cover it up, and I think this goes with it okay, but I think this might go here. So then the question is, how do I want to attach it? Just glue it on. So I'm still going to stitch it and add, just to add a little interest to it, but then I think I'll go ahead and glue it and cover that up. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, I am back. So I went over to the machine and did a zigzag down the side. And then I went through my buttons, and I looked for a button that I thought looked old-fashioned, sort of in the style of this lady that's on here. And I found this one, and so I'm going to sew it on. Glue this to this page with some tack. And then glue this to the top of that. So there's that. So I've been telling you about this place in, oh, now I can't think of the name. What was it? It was in Oklahoma, Pryor, Oklahoma, and it's a fabric outlet, and they have fabrics that they sell to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and those kind of places. And it's like $1, $2, $3 a yard. So a friend of mine and I went over there, and we got a bunch of fabric for like, and they were remnants, even at this place, like, so even more discounted. So there was like the end of the bolt or whatever and rolled up. And so for like $1, we got, you know, a yard or two. So this was one of them that I picked up. And I think it'll go through this ribbon slider, hopefully. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, I'll do something else. But I'll grab my X-Acto knife and see if I can, forgot to turn that one light on there, that helps. Take this and I'm gonna gather it up and put it through that. I wonder if that's, I don't know if that's too much or not. We'll see. So I'm gonna put the fabric behind it. Kind of want to take your time with these because they are kind of delicate. That might be a little thick. I don't know that I need that much. So I'm going to cut it down. Probably that much. Let's see how that looks. So again, plan your field trip for the middle of Oklahoma, Pryor, Oklahoma. And get some of this. Okay, now I did not stake out a spot to put it in, so let me look real quick and see if I can find a good spot. Okay, so I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and stitch it. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's that stitched in. And I'm going to cut this off. Okay, so there's that. Decided I wanted to make some more small tags, so I took a 3x5 index card, cut it into strips, cut them into tags. And then I used my vintage photo ink to do the edges. And then I just got a black pigment liner pen. It's a Statler sketch pen. And decided to just do some casual hand lettering on some phrases. So I did, God is not late. Whoops. Pray always. Run the race. He is for you. Stand firm. Mustard seed faith. All things are possible for the one who believes. Hear and obey. Put on your armor. Prayer changes things. The helmet of salvation. I messed that one up, so I need to ink that one. Helmet of salvation. The word, truth, gospel, and pray. So I want to layer these up and make them interesting. So that's my plan. So anyway, I thought I would turn the video camera on and show you what I had done so far. So I'm going to look for pieces and parts of things. So I went through my paper stash and I had a tablet of Tim Holtz. I think it was the Wallflower paper pad. And I just pulled out this one that's got the small squares. I'm going to cut it apart. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to cut them up just because it's a little more intense color. And they're printed on both sides. I may or may not cut them into smaller squares and add them to this bunch of tags, but I just thought that'd be a nice starting place. I'm going to have a big pile of stuff here in a minute, and so we'll see what happens. But I wanted to let you know. Okay, I've got these cut apart, and so I've decided that the dimensions of them are, I don't want them square. I'm going to cut them all in half because that would be a nice size of a tag. I may end up with beginnings, all beginnings of tags and no finishes, but these are 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to cut them into 1.5. Okay, I kind of have to stop what I'm doing and show you what I got. My husband went and got the mail, and I got, I had ordered these 2-inch velvet strips. Oh dear, let me look at the name of the company. It is from Prism Fabrics and Crafts. Prism Fabrics and Crafts. And I had ordered from them, then I ordered these from them, and they both came together. But these are velvets that have a pattern in them, and I wanted them to cut into strips for tabs. Huh. So these are like scraps, I guess they threw in. But they are, oh, look at that. So, that's funny. Guess they just put those in there for... That's funny. So anyway, I just got those. And then I also, if you can tell from my fingers, I got some more Lindy's Gang sprays. The company's called Lindy's Gang, and they do mica sprays and embossed powders and things like that. And they sent this card as an example of what you can do. Actually, I'll show you two of them. This one was from the first batch I got. The background is their spray, and then this is their embossing over the top of it. But this one that I just got is really cool. And it looks like they used embossing with a pattern, with like a stamp in a pattern, and then after it was embossed, they sprayed their Lindy spray over it. So it looks metallic. But anyway, so those are some things that I need to play with. But it does get all over you if you're not careful. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. You know how much fun it is when you get the mail and something you've been waiting for shows up. So back to the tags. I'm cutting these into tag shapes with an X-Acto knife. And okay, so I went through my scrap bucket and pulled out a bunch of pieces of hems from a hem book, and I've been gluing them on some of these tags, these little tags I cut. Just little phrases, which has been fun because it makes me read these hymns that I've never sung. Just find little words that have meaning. So that's what I'm doing. Then I pulled out this gauze, and I'm going to use my spray oxides, I think, to dye them a color. As you can see, I just tend to go from one thing to the next and kind of don't maybe separate and clean up the things like I should. I want that to be, maybe I want 3 colors. Okay, so let's see how this works out. That is a little brighter green than I was hoping for, but maybe I'll spray some Distress. What have I got? Vintage Photo. This is the oxide spray though, which I don't know, it's a little funky, I think. not a huge fan of this, but it's spray, so I thought, ooh. I thought I would use it because it would be fast and quick and easy. Let's see if that's a good idea. Let's see, mixed marmalade. I think I'll try the raspberry. I've got a raspberry, journal. Okay. All right, I'm gonna mop up with this, get a little bit more of that pink on it. Okay. All right, so don't want to waste anything, so let me see, what do I have? I guess I could use some more of this gauze. All right, so there's a extra piece. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of this. And then I ran out of words, so I tore out some random songs. There's a Savior who stands at the door of your heart. And some of these, it's too long to fit on this tag, so what I did was I cut the line and then cut it in half. Just glued that one little line. So there's a Savior who stands at the door of your heart. Room at the cross for you. I like that better, so I'm going to save that. Let's see. There's a Savior who stands. Break it there. Huh. Where are those tweezers that wow, that's crazy. Well, so this is what I'm talking about. I put stuff down and I don't know what I do with it. Room at the cross for you. Do a little bit of pink on this one. I think I'm just going to take With Joy from this. How good is God? I'm going to isolate, and I'm going to tear the edges and just leave some of the music. Okay, so here I am back on these tags, and so what I've done is finished gluing, and then I went back with some washi tape and added washi tape to a lot of these. And then I went back with my Avery Circle label stickers on most of them and put those on, but they come white. So I took my Distress inks and I made some color on some of them, and then I had a sheet that was just the Vintage Photo, which is the color I used the most. But after I put color on them, they were a little bright, so I took the Vintage Photo and went over the color to kind of muddy it up, made it a little, well, I like it better. A little more, it blends with the colors on these tags better, I think, with the dark colors. See how it picks that up. So I just kind of went through, and on some of these I went ahead and stuck the washi tape over the edge, and I'm going back and trimming it off. And let's see, I tried to pick up a color, use that circle as just another opportunity to add some color to these if it went with it. So, not sure that Avery label will stick over that, but I'll try. So, yeah, I'll see if it stays on. Let's see, I really need a brown. I'll use one of these. So I couldn't not play with the Lindy sprays. So I took these tags that I hand lettered over and I sprayed the backs, but I didn't use any gesso on them, which I normally do. I forgot about it going through. Now this one's okay. If I sprayed them light, it didn't, well, that one kind of did go through. So they bled through. But I am going to use them anyway. But aren't they pretty on the backs? That one didn't, it didn't hurt that one. That one's not too bad. Anyway, just be aware, if you do this, you probably want to gesso the backs before you spray them with that Lindy inks. But you can still read it, and it kind of, I don't know, might make it kind of funky. As long as you can read it, I'm okay. So that's what those ended up looking like. So I'm going to Distress ink those and Distress ink these. Which that paper kind of looks cool. Anyway, so I'm going to do one more thing to these, and then I'll show them to you, and then we'll be done with them. Okay, so here's the almost finished product. I'm going to put the ribbons and string in them, but I thought I'd just wait so you could see these a little clearer. And this is how these all turned out with the little circles. I tried to coordinate that. And I inked everything. So I'm pretty happy with them. I think they came out good. And this I would have not done with the color bleeding through, but I'm going to use them anyway. And the backs are really pretty. Flip those so you can see them. I don't know if hopefully you can see the shimmer. But anyway, so that's what I got for today. So thank you for watching, and click the like button, click the subscribe button, and come back the next time. Bye-bye.